season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Go right in. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Elliott running right. Room here to run. Power running by Zeke. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Slay away.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 27-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Bucs 13.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
47.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Hey, that's good. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch. Gun. We're going to 54. Why
3rd and long for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Wait, set. 380. Check right 54. Right 54. Run it. Wait, 28.
On first down, Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
No, 66.
On the counter, here's Jones. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here we go.
Brady going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. out of the gun. Here's Prescott looking deep in the direction of Coop. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
First down, Cowboys.
There you go. Mike, 45. Let's go, D.
Prescott, a quick throw caught by Cooper. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Prescott from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Switch it, hey. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Stay with your man.
Prescott yet again. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll run it with Jones. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Wait, that 380. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Drop deep, drop deep. Hey, 66. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, go 66.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive. 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out.
Right there, 54. 72.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Shotgun now for Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Wait, set. Wait, 20. Check, check. Watch the defense. Ozzy. Ozzy. Hey. Bravo. Watch out. Check right, 54. Mike. 72. Ricky. Right there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. He finds Howard complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
I'm coming after you. Check it, reload. Mike 5-4.
Brady now on 1st down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jalen Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Brady to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Wait, set. Alabama. 380. 54. Hey, pick it up, defense.
Now Jones. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Shut down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this week. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. To throw is Prescott. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 24, Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Intended that time for Cooper.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Wait, that fly 20. Right there, 54 Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm regular. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time. Hey, check it.
Brady now to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw, it's Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Motion. 54. Hey, check it. Check. Watch 54. Smooth. You ain't doing nothing. Sugar.
Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Wait, 20. 54. Mike, 54. Check pass. Watch the safety creep.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Wait, 53! 54! All day! Shadow!
Running right, Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19.
Wait, 29. Alpha. 54. Mike, 54.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Wait, that wide, 80. 54 Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going 150.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now Jones. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Silver, Silver.
From the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded just inside the 20. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott to throw it. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He got 29 yards that time. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Blake Jarwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Zerline connects on the extra point, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Brady. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Brady, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Exit. 54. Mike 54. Squeeze up. Regular.
Here's Brady. Oh, he stays up. Shrugs him off. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
He's covered, Topper! Hey, switch gears. Hey, 66.
Here's Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the edge.
Hey, 166.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here we go.
72.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
1250. All day, baby, all day, all day. Check it.
Brady going to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over here at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now this throw caught left side. The end result, 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Prescott now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Wait, set. Wide, 80.
54 Mike.
He's tired of you. He's tired of us.
Check.
They'll go again to Jones. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Wait, set. 53.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You got double up, double up, double up, double up.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.